Previously on the 2022 World Cup. Prix, and it's lights out and away we go. Verstappen gets an absolute horrendous start as Lewis Hamilton goes into the inside of Max Verstappen as he's going down the inside into quarter one, and here goes Lando Norris trying to make it almost 3 wide. Ricardo in P2, but as he rounds the past couple of corners, Lewis Hamilton is gonna win for Team Germany in USA. Congratulations, Team Germany. Very, very good race and well perfected by Hamilton. Hello everybody and welcome back to round 3 of the F1 2022 World Cup. My name is Chris, otherwise known as CFRacing, and I am going to be your host for this, as you guys know, this entire event. Last week, guys, in USA, Lewis Hamilton absolutely dominated and took the win in USA, and this is what your standings currently look like. Currently leading in the World Cup standings, it's not really the driver standings, they don't really matter as much. Most people look for the team standings, but right now currently it is Daniel Ricciardo followed by Liam Lawson, Zhou Guanyu, Sergio Perez tied with Lance Stroll. In 6th we have Lewis Hamilton followed by Charles Leclerc, Esteban Ocon, Lando Norris, and Max Verstappen rounds off your top 10. From 11 to 20 we have Sebastian Vettel, Yuki Tsunoda, Pierre Gasly, Fernando Alonso, and yet the score we have George Russell, Carlos Sainz, Mick Schumacher, Alexander Albon, Valtteri Bottas, Kevin Magnussen, Oscar Piastri, and Nicholas Latifi. Your World Cup team standings look like this. We got Great Britain in the lead with 36 points, followed by the Netherlands in 2nd with 26. Australia is in 3rd with 25, followed by Canada in 4th with 22. Switzerland is in 5th with 18, followed by France in 6th with 16. Germany is in 7th, half a point back with 15.5, and half a point back from them is Italy in P8 with 15. In 9th, we have Japan with 5, and yet the score we have USA and Thailand tied for P10 and P11. Once again, guys, I'd like to thank you guys so much for the support on this series. It has been pretty great, and if you do like and you want to see more content like this from me, make sure to share this video with your friends, hit that like button, subscribe, and with that being said, guys, if you guys want a shout out in the next video, make sure you send a super thanks in the comment section down below. With that being said, enjoy round 3 in Brazil. Hello everybody and welcome back to round 3 of the 2022 Formula 1 World Cup. Today, guys, round 3 is in Brazil, and this is the final portion of the North American leg of this World Cup. Next up, we are in Spa, but now we are on board with Valtteri Bottas as he's putting in a pretty solid lap, and we haven't really spoken much about him. Multiple race winner in Formula 1, multiple time pole sitter, and he's looking to have quite a pretty good lap for Switzerland right now. We'll see where this puts him. He's done solid so far in the World Cup. Nothing very special. He's been definitely outperformed by his teammate Zhou Guanyu so far, who's also driving for Switzerland. For those who don't know, Sauber is a Swiss-based team. That is why Bottas and Zhou are basically driving for Team Switzerland here. Where will this put Bottas? It puts him up to 8th. And now, guys, it is time for the 2022 Brazil Grand Prix in the World Cup.
Welcome to Sao Paulo, which has been host to Formula 1 races since 1973. Sit back and relax for what's going to be a fantastic Brazilian Grand Prix. It's an unusual anti-clockwise race here at Interlagos, where the Sao Paulo locals are packed into the grandstands at each of the 15 corners around this classic 2.7-mile circuit. 2 very fast sections bookend the famous and highly technical Sector 2, where getting a good run out of Junção into one of the 2 DRS zones will be the key to any overtaking prospects today. And what would any Grand Prix weekend be without the one and only Anthony Davidson, alongside me as always, to talk you through the action. Why don't we kick off by discussing Max Verstappen?
Well, it was a really impressive lap in qualifying to get pole position, but are they going to be able to hold on to the lead into the first corner with so many quick starters around them? So we're in for an exciting start then, I'm sure, and then they'll all start to settle down a bit and try and find a rhythm as they plan the next phase of the Grand Prix. It's important to know when to push and when to hold back so as not to overcook those tyres early on.
Here is the starting grid for the World Cup race in Brazil, and on pole after a mega lap, it is Max Verstappen once again, followed by Lewis Hamilton in P2 racing for Germany. Great laps by those two guys right there. Third and fourth is Gasly and George Russell, followed by Norris and Sebastian Vettel. We got Charles Leclerc, followed by Zhou Guanyu, followed by Alonso, and rounding off your top 10 is Carlos Sainz. 11 and 12 is Sergio Perez and Valtteri Bottas, followed by Mick Schumacher and Daniel Ricciardo. We got Lance Stroll 16 or 15, Tsunoda 16, Alexander Albon 17, Ocon 18, Liam Lawson 19, Oscar Piastri 20, and rounding off the grid we have Nicholas Latifi and Kevin Magnussen. We got the 5 red lights coming on for the Brazilian portion of the World Cup, and it is long lights out, and away we go. Max Verstappen gets a brilliant drive off the line with Lewis Hamilton going down the inside. Now George Russell's going down the inside. I believe that is Pierre Gasly. Great move there for George Russell as they are both side by side going into turn 1, turn 2 through the center S's. Great job for both these drivers to keep it in there, making no contact into turn 1 by anybody. Very good driving between all 22 of these drivers. Looks like the Australian cars and the Thailand cars are battling in the back there, but right now we have Verstappen P1, Hamilton P2 as we ride on board now with a couple of drivers. We got Alonso, who's having quite a disappointing World Cup so far. We're riding on Perez, who had quite a rough qualifying, and a few other drivers who are doing pretty well. Mick Schumacher is currently running the point, same with Yuki Tsunoda and Daniel Ricciardo. Both are doing good, followed by Lance Stroll. Liam Lawson is near the back of the grid, followed by Esteban Ocon. He's doing all right so far. We got Nicholas Latifi, Oscar Piastri. Latifi got a good start. Albon's up in the second last, and last is Kevin Magnussen. On to lap 2, we ride on board with Sebastian Vettel as he is reporting some sort of mechanical failure. They don't really know what it is. They're currently working it out. Could be a fuel pump issue, could be an electronics issue. We're going to stay on board with him to see if he can actually recover from the electrical issue or whatever is going on, or if it'll require him to DNF from this race. It's looking like there's no smoke right now, so to me it's leading to me to believe that it is some sort of electrical issue, but we'll see how it goes. He's running pretty good, not losing much time. Says there's a little bit of power cuts, which kind of sucks, but looks like the green light's flashing over there. It looks like Vettel might be retiring from this race, and yes, it currently looks like he's lost the drive in the car or whatever. He's got no power coming out of the engine, so Sebastian Vettel is going to be the first to retire from the Brazilian Grand Prix for Canada. That is so unfortunate for him. Here's the view with on board of Lando Norris's car as he got a full face and mask full of just engine smoke, which sucks for him as that probably lost him quite a bit of time as well. That's really sucks for Lando Norris, but it looks like he'll probably make it up. He's got a pretty quick car. We're on board with Liam Lawson now on lap 8 as we've got a beautiful rear view camera as he's making the move down on Lance Stroll. Very late braking into turn 1. Brilliant move there for Liam Lawson driving for Team Australia. The New Zealand driver actually driving for Australia. Like I said in the pre-World Cup video, he actually decided to take the C as there was an open spot as Ricciardo was competing for Team UK. And there's a great battle between Lawson and Stroll right now. Both are not willing to give an inch to each other. Great battling there. We got Lawson once again. He's got a very good car in a straight line today as he's trying to make a move on Daniel Ricciardo once again with the back camera. Looks very nice. That'll be nice if he can make the overtake down the inside. Now, yes, he is going down the inside. Brilliant move there for Liam Lawson. Looks like Ricciardo went a little bit outside, went a little bit inside. Lawson chose a line, he stuck to it, broke late. Looks like his soft tires are really coming into its own now. He's driving a fantastic race so far. Not in the points, but still having a great job. And that is your race 1 winner right now. He won in Canada. On lap 19, looks like Lando Norris is going to be the first one into the pits. Maybe he got a little bit of debris on his tires or something when Sebastian Vettel retired. Don't really know, but he is the first driver officially to make a pit stop. And it's a beautiful 4-tire stop right there for the Great Britain team, currently using a McLaren obviously, and he's going on to softs, which will probably mean he's maybe making 1 or 2 more pit stops. He's right on board with Liam Lawson again as he gets on the curb. Oh, he is spinning around, and here comes Yuki Tsunoda, smashes into the back with him, and that is a massive crash. That is so unfortunate for Yuki Tsunoda as he was just driving a normal race there. And looks like Liam Lawson, as we ride on board with him right now, he's trying to get a move on Mick Schumacher, I believe it is, goes a little bit too deep into turn 2 or 3 and just gets spun around and right into the path of Yuki Tsunoda. That absolutely sucks for Yuki because he's having quite a good World Cup so far. I think he's got some points, but yeah, Liam Lawson just completely misjudged a turn. He got spun around by it, and Yuki Tsunoda just makes a massive contact into that tire barrier wall there. That really sucks. Now that the safety car's out, we got Verstappen and Hamilton coming in for their maybe one and only pit stop. We'll have to find out, see what tires are going on. I believe hards can make it to the end, but looks like Max is going on to medium tires. Hamilton is going on to new soft tires. So we got two varying strategies at the front of the grid here. Looks like they're both probably going to be doing one more stop. So Verstappen's probably going to go medium soft, and looks like Hamilton's going to go soft medium. We'll see what's faster by the end of the race. I'm currently backing probably the soft tire strategy, as the softs look pretty good so far, but you never know what's really going to happen here. And now we got down the running order. We got Verstappen 1, Hamilton 2, George Russell 3, Charles Leclerc in 4th, Gasly in 5th, Norris 6th, Alonso 7th, Zhou Guanyu into 8th. We got Carlos Sainz in P9, followed by Perez in P10, Mick Schumacher in P11, Ricciardo in 12th, 13th is Lance Stroll, 14th is Bottas, and 15th is Esteban Ocon. 16th is Liam Lawson. Pretty good race for him. 17th is Nicholas Latifi. 18th is Oscar Piastri. And last is Kevin Magnussen. Oh, no, it is actually Alex Albon, not Kevin Magnussen. All right, we got the safety car restart starting right now. And here is Max Verstappen currently still leading, obviously, as he is still behind the safety car. And here he goes. Here goes Max Verstappen getting a pretty solid exit, I would say. Hamilton looks like he got a little bit of a better exit, a better restart. Doesn't look like Verstappen really fooled him there. But here goes. Can Lewis Hamilton make a move going into turn 1 on those brand new soft tires? Does not look like it, but it looks like Hamilton's going to be right on the back of Verstappen for lap after lap after lap. This is going to be a pretty good battle. You guys aren't going to want to go anywhere because these two are going to be battling it out pretty much for the rest of the race. Let me tell you, this is going to be some good battling unless something catastrophic happens between the two drivers. Looks like Verstappen cannot really get these medium tires going as well, so that kind of sucks for him. But look at Hamilton. He is right on the back of Max Verstappen, and right behind him is George Russell and Charles Leclerc, who are having pretty good World Cups so far. So you know these guys want to get some moves going. Basically, they want to get as many points as possible for their respective teams. We got Hamilton and Russell competing for Germany, as Mercedes is German, obviously. Charles Leclerc and Carlos Sainz are competing for Italy, as Ferrari is obviously an Italian team. Verstappen is running for the Netherlands, as that is his home country. And here it goes Lewis Hamilton. Can he get a good run on Max Verstappen here right after the safety car restart? There is no DRS right now. It takes 2 laps for it to come on, but looks like Hamilton got a great exit out of the final quarter. Now he's going to have slipstream and the DRS, and is that going to be all he needs to make a move on Verstappen? As he goes down the inside, both battery lights are charging, and Hamilton goes down the inside through the center S as he makes the move and gets ahead of Verstappen going into turn 2. Great move there for Lewis Hamilton. It looks like those soft tires are currently the best strategy to be on right now. Maybe later on in the run, Verstappen will get a little bit quicker, but he's going to have to defend off George Russell and Charles Leclerc, as we're on lap 25 now, and George Russell is absolutely hounding the back of Max Verstappen. It doesn't look like the mediums are really kicking in anytime soon here. Looks like the softs are just absolutely the faster tire at the moment with this current fuel loads, and looks like George Russell might even make a move here going in, not into the final corner, but he's definitely gonna try and make a move going into turn 1. Let's see what George Russell can do here. He's gonna have DRS, he's gonna have overtake, and he's probably gonna have the slipstream as well. So let's see if George Russell gets a good exit. He's got a solid exit. Doesn't look like he is gonna be close enough actually to make a move in going into turn 1 here. Let's see what he can do, maybe going into turn 4, turn 5. Those are two very good overtaking opportunities. If you can get a good exit here. Now into lap 27, here comes George Russell on the inside, outside of Max Verstappen. No, he decides to play it safe as Verstappen locks up. He makes a mistake going into turn 1. This could really put George Russell right under the back of him with DRS. And here goes George Russell. He is right behind Max Verstappen. He's getting a perfect slipstream right now as he's going into turn 1, or going into the turn 3 or 4, as this is where Hamilton and Verstappen went just a little bit wide in the 2021 championship, but George Russell makes the move for P2. We're currently a German 1-2 right now, and look at Charles Leclerc now as he's trying to make a move on Verstappen. Former karting rivals, now 2022 World Drivers' Championship rivals. Now we're seeing them battle in the World Cup. This is something you absolutely love to see, and this is can't miss television right here. This is absolutely phenomenal. Look at Charles Leclerc right on the back of Max Verstappen. Can he get the move done just like George Russell did maybe into turn 3 here? Stay tuned to find out. But Leclerc is really, really close onto the back of Verstappen. Definitely closer than George Russell was, and it still doesn't look like these medium tires are helping Max Verstappen. Looks like the softs are still the faster tire at the moment, and here goes Charles Leclerc as they both have DRS. Verstappen's got DRS, Leclerc's got DRS. Can Leclerc make the move going into turn 1? It doesn't look like he's going to. He'll probably make the move maybe going into turn 4 or turn 5. I forget which one it is. But look at this camera angle, by the way. That's a beautiful camera angle of the almost front view of Charles Leclerc here. And look at Leclerc. He's right on the inside of Verstappen, or he's going around the outside, actually, let me say. And he's going to try and make the move stick where Hamilton and Verstappen went wide just a year ago, and they both stay on the track. Brilliant respect between both of these drivers. They are going lap after lap together, or just corner after corner, and Verstappen gives way, so Charles Leclerc moves up into P3, and that is a current podium right now. Now on lap 30, Pierre Gasly's making a move around the outside of Max Verstappen as his medium tires have still not kicked in yet, and this is some great racing between the two former teammates, actually. On lap 31, here goes Pierre Gasly again going around the outside of Verstappen. Here goes, I think that is Lando Norris, also trying to make a move, and Lando Norris forces his way through as Pierre Gasly loses a position. Now we're on board with Lando Norris on the end of lap 31 going into lap 32 here. See if he can make a move on Max Verstappen. I don't think he's close enough to make a move into turn 1 here, but maybe once again he'll make a move into at the end of the second DRS zone. Here goes Lando Norris. See if he can make a move where Pierre Gasly couldn't. He barged his way through. Maybe he'll do that again if he can get a great exit out of this corner here. Looks like he did get a great exit. Can he get the straight line speed though? It looks like he will not. No, Lando Norris does not get the straight line speed, but those soft tires are looking pretty good so far still. And look at Lando Norris on lap 33 going around the outside of Verstappen. This is where Verstappen's been overtaken twice already. Doesn't look like he's got the confidence under braking going into that corner there, or just the confidence out of the center S's. Here goes Lando Norris as he makes the exact same move that Charles Leclerc does and gets ahead of Max Verstappen on lap 33. Now on lap 39, Lando Norris is the first driver to come in for his second pit stop, and looks like he's probably going to try and get a nice undercut strategy on maybe George Russell and Charles Leclerc, and he's going on to another set of soft tires. Lando Norris is going to have to make another pit stop today. Don't know why they're doing a 3-stop strategy. We'll see if that changes later. Here goes Max Verstappen as he's coming in on the same time as some of these soft tire runners. Looks like Max Verstappen is abandoning going long on the medium tires as they aren't working, and he is going on the softs. Probably till the end of this race, it'll be very close in terms of tire wear. We'll see what Verstappen can do on these new soft tires as looks like Alonso just jumped Pierre Gasly there. Now on lap 46, Leclerc and Russell have been slowly battling, not really any overtaking for a couple laps. Both are probably going to be coming in on the end of this lap here, or maybe one will stay out, one will go in. Who knows what will really happen. And Charles Leclerc, he comes in for his probably final pit stop. I would say he's probably going on to medium tires to the end of this race as it is the safest option. But we saw with Verstappen that the medium tires aren't very good for some reason. They're not switching on. Maybe on low fuel like they're going to be now, they will be better. But we'll see. Maybe Verstappen will claw through the field like the other guys were doing to him. But Leclerc is on mediums, and he's going to try and put a crazy undercut on George Russell for P2 right now. And now here comes George Russell at the end of lap 47 in for his final pit stop. And he will likely once again go on to mediums as he needs to go on a separate set of tires. I doubt he'll go on to hards. So here goes George Russell. We'll stay with George Russell right now just to see if Charles Leclerc can get out ahead. And it's a great 4-tire stop for George Russell. Will it be enough, though, to stop the charging Charles Leclerc, who I believe is in clean air right now? You can see Leclerc coming into the background ever so close. There is Charles Leclerc. Here is George Russell. Who is going to get out ahead? It is going to be very close between the two. Looks like it is going to be Charles Leclerc, as you saw just on the bottom of the screen there. And Leclerc does undercut George Russell to get into P2 here in Brazil and ruin the German 1-2 so far. but George Russell's going to have slightly newer tires. Maybe he can make a move on either race. We won't really know what'll happen. But on lap 50, Lewis Hamilton is still in the lead of the Brazilian Grand Prix at the moment, followed by Charles Leclerc in P2. P3 is George Russell. P4 is Max Verstappen right on the back of these guys with new softs. P5 is Lando Norris. P6 is Fernando Alonso. In 7th is Pierre Gasly, followed by Carlos Sainz in P8. We got Zhou Guanyu in P9. And rounding off your top 10 is Sergio Perez. 11th is Mick Schumacher, followed by Daniel Ricciardo in P12, who's doing pretty good so far, followed by Liam Lawson in 13th. We have Esteban Ocon running in 14th. Valtteri Bottas in 15th. Oh, he's making a good move on Ocon there. Little look there, followed by Lance Stroll in 16th, Albon in 17th. We got Oscar Piastri in 18th, Kevin Magnussen in 19th, and Nicholas Latifi is down into dead last so far. Ooh, we have a pretty good move with Liam Lawson trying to go make a move on Daniel Ricciardo. Is he going to send it around the outside here? Yes, he does. Oh, he sends it down way too much on the inside. Makes triple contact with Daniel Ricciardo. That is probably going to be some wing damage there, as Liam Lawson did not make the smartest move there. Doesn't have the most Formula 1 car experience, so I would chalk that up to a little bit lack of inexperience. And now Liam Lawson is coming in to make a wing change, which will probably drop him into dead last so far. He will be on new tires, probably new softs just to go to the end. But that's really unfortunate for Liam Lawson. He's been up and down so far in this World Cup, and we all want to see him do good, but it's not looking like he's performing at the best of his abilities at the moment. So Lawson's out on a brand new set of softs going into the end. He'll probably maybe recover up to 13th or something. Now on lap 67, we're riding on board with Lance Stroll as he just absolutely spins it and just spinalas it into turn 1. That really sucks for him. You see Liam Lawson going past, actually. Looks like he's recovered quite nicely, but that really sucks for Lance Stroll as he almost clips the back of Latifi there. That could have been really bad, or if not, that's Albon. But wow, that could have been a little more dangerous. But yeah, here goes Lance Stroll. Now into lap 70. This race is pretty much led by Lewis Hamilton, followed by still Charles Leclerc in P2 with George Russell behind him in P3, not making any gains. Max Verstappen is still in P4 with Alonso P5. We got Lando Norris, Pierre Gasly in P6, Zhou Guanyu up into P7, Carlos Sainz in P8, Perez in P9, Mick Schumacher in P10. Where is Lando Norris? Where is he dropped all the way down to? That's Daniel Ricciardo in P11. We got Esteban Ocon in P12. We got Bottas in P13, followed by Lando Norris in P14. He did box for mediums, so that sucks for him. He had to do another stop there. We got followed by Albon down low. We got Oscar Piastri here. We got Lance Stroll after his spin, and Kevin Magnussen still running. Oh no, it's still Latifi. I forgot about Latifi. He's still in dead last. But today, guys, today has been just dominated pretty much by Lewis Hamilton and by the strategy of Team Germany today. They have been quite unstoppable as Lewis Hamilton once again has a massive lead. Looks like every win that Hamilton's going to get in this World Cup has been quite a big lead. And look at this, we have a three-way battle all the way for P2 right now between Leclerc, Russell, and Verstappen. That could be a future title fight in Formula 1 if you know what I'm saying. But look at Lewis Hamilton. He has absolutely dominated once again. Once he got ahead of Verstappen, it really was just smooth sailing for him. But today, it is all Hamilton. It is all Germany, as Hamilton is going to come across the line to win for Team Germany, take a second win of the World Cup for Team Germany, as Hamilton wins in Brazil. We got a great battle between Leclerc, Russell, and Verstappen. It looks like Charles Leclerc is going to take his second consecutive podium and finish in P2 for Team Italy, with George Russell rounding out the podium, having a double podium for Team Germany today. Max Verstappen finishes in P4, with Pierre Gasly running well for Japan, finishing in P5, followed by Alonso in P6, Zhou Guanyu in P7. Great race for him. We have a great drag race between Carlos Sainz and Sergio Perez for P8. Who's it going to be? Perez and Sainz neck and neck to the line. It is Perez finishing P8 and P10.
A great race then, very much as we've
Schumacher.
come to expect, and a fantastic win here at Interlagos. Talk to me, Ant. What was it that set them apart from the competition today?
I really feel the track layout combined with the track temperatures we saw today suited their car. These cars come alive when the tyres are just at the right temperature, and the driver did a great job managing that as well. They just look so comfortable out there. It's like anything, it always looks so easy when it all just clicks.
So after a magnificent race, we can now see the drivers making their way to the podium. Once again, it's the Silver Arrows who take top spot, a well-earned victory for Mercedes.
And now at the end of round 3 in Brazil, here is what your World Cup driver standings look like. We have a new championship leader as Charles Leclerc is currently leading the World Drivers' Championships for the World Cup, which still doesn't really matter, but it's still fun to have. Lewis Hamilton is in P2 with Daniel Ricciardo in P3, Liam Lawson in P4, followed by Zhou Guanyu, Sergio Perez, Lance Stroll, Esteban Ocon, George Russell, and Max Verstappen rounds off your top 10. From 11 to 22, we have Pierre Gasly, Lando Norris, Fernando Alonso, Sebastian Vettel tied with Yuki Tsunoda, Carlos Sainz, and Mick Schumacher. And from 18 to 22, yet to score is Alexander Albon, Valtteri Bottas, Kevin Magnussen, Oscar Piastri, and Nicholas Latifi. In your World Cup team standings, Germany has taken the lead with 43 points, followed by the Netherlands in P2 with 36.5. Great Britain is in 3rd with 36, followed by Italy in 4th with 35. Australia is in 5th with 25, followed by France and Switzerland tied for 6th with 24. In 8th, we have Canada with 22. 9th is Japan with 15th. USA scores their first point of the year to be in 10th, and in dead last, we have Thailand. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you guys did enjoy and you want to see more like this, hit the like button, subscribe, share with your friends. With that being said, everybody, we'll see you guys next time out in the European portion in Spa.